We've all been in this situation where we pretend not to care, but in the meantime, we check the phone, hoping for their notification, like if they text back, it's gonna save our life. And in the meantime, we get even more obsessed while they don't even realize that we are not caring. And that's the problem with detachment and all this black cat energy. Seriously, it's not attractive because you are not being, you are just performing. You're playing this choreography for people, hoping to get their approval. Everybody can see that energy, everybody can feel it. An unforgettable presence is calm, honest, warm, even loving. People love to feel when they can actually be themselves around you. The reason why people don't get addicted to your presence is not because it's not special enough, but because you don't allow them to see it fully. Everybody craves that presence that they don't need social battery for. When you can just sit with someone and feel at peace, just not trying too hard. They're not trying hard, you're not trying hard. You can embrace silence, you can embrace emptiness, but also you can embrace deep conversations and laughter, but it's not forced. That is the type of person that you will get addicted to because you don't have to force anything within yourself. Now let's talk about the habits that will make your presence powerful and unforgettable without the need to change anything about yourself. Okay, first thing, walk in a room like everybody loves you, like everybody was waiting for you. I used to walk in a room and started to shrink, like I was about to bother everyone. I would go there and talk to some waiter and be like, sorry for bothering you. I'm just gonna take 1 minute. Can I ask you something like this? Listen. Unless you didn't shower in like 1 week, or you are entering in that room and starting to slap everybody and punch them in their face and yell them, which I think you're not gonna do, then that room is just lucky to have you. You're not weird, you're not rude, you're not coming there to steal anything. If something, they're just lucky that you picked them to ask for a favor or to talk to them. Your presence can actually make someone's day just by you being kind. They can actually remember you with a smile. Why would you assume that you're bothering? If you think that thinking that people love you is delusional, it's not less delusional than thinking that they don't like you. Do you have any proof that you going there is like something that bothers them, or they will not gonna like you? And then, like the same way, you don't have proof that they're gonna love you. So you choose what to believe. Another thing is stop over explaining normal behavior. Even if you arrived a little bit late or you replied after 1 day, it's okay. You are allowed to exist without a press release. Why are you giving a 3 minute speech just to justify obvious things that everybody does? You are seriously training people to expect an excuse for your peace. When I was younger and I used to change many jobs, I found many bosses that were like kind of abusive towards me, and they were treating me in a very different way than other girls. I realized that when they were complimenting me about how I did the job and anything, I would overreact so much. I would over explain why I took that decision, how did I do it, how this is so good, and this and that. And I would like give so much feedback that they would realize, oh, this is the power that I have over her. So whenever they would not like something, they would not just be like, sorry, I didn't like this, can you not do this anymore? Instead, they were like yelling at me, humiliating me in public in front of clients. And I realized that this was my fault because I was giving them too much power over me. Like the good feedback was affecting me so much and making me so excited, the same way the bad feedback, they knew they could control me with that. When I started giving a more neutral reaction, like I already knew that I did good, or something like, thank you for your feedback, I'm glad that you appreciate it, I'll keep it in mind. And they stopped having that power over me. And another thing is that when someone compliments you, don't compliment them back just because they complimented you. I know that tendency, like when someone says, oh, you're pretty, and you're like, ah, you're pretty too, but that compliment feels fake. You can just say thank you. And if you want to compliment them back, you rather pick something that is specific about them and that maybe not everyone noticed. So, something that you truly appreciate, because real validation is magnetic, but not when it's performative. People can feel when you throw your pretty like a candy like this to everyone, and they don't feel special anymore. They feel like you are just trying to be liked by every single person, and so you are just kind of manipulating them into liking you. Another thing is that when you speak, always know the intention why you're speaking, why you're saying that thing, what is the objective of what you're saying. If you yourself don't even know why you're talking, it's going to be very hard for people to understand why they should listen to you, why they would get curious about you. Because when you speak just to fill the silence, it just gives this desperate energy that you are trying to perform this choreography for them and just keep them entertained. But you're not any animator here, you're not paid for animating people. It's not your job for everyone to be entertained the whole time. Actually, whenever I stop being interested in the conversation, I'm even the first one to leave right now. Like, I actually say, okay, it was really nice to talk to you, and I move on and do something else. You don't have to stand there until the thing gets uncomfortable and then you force even a smile. Even this forcing a smile, people feel it when your smile is real and when you are just uncomfortable and you smile. Actually, never smile when you feel uncomfortable, because you're training people that even if you're not comfortable, you still prioritize their comfort. So they will not care when they will make you uncomfortable. And that's when people start to ask you questions that are uncomfortable for you to answer. And when you show that you are uncomfortable answering, they will still ask more. And that's because you are training people to be comfortable in making you uncomfortable. Realizing this made it make sense to me to so many things that were happening, because I would go to a social event and come back completely drained and be like, why do I feel so awkward with people? Why is this so hard to socialize? Socializing is not hard. It is hard to perform. It is that is draining your energy. It is not people. People can be very warm, very nice, but it's everything is a reflection of how you carry yourself. Another thing is to make people feel interesting. In general, people are very interesting. They have so many stories, so many things to say, but we're just so distracted all the time. But when you ask a question, ask something that you're truly curious about that person. There is difference between what do you do and how did you end up doing that. That's amazing, you know. And when a person answers to the question, point all your attention towards them, from the eye contact, from the body language, from everything. Make them feel like their reply truly matters to you. Not like you just ask something like this to fill the void. That is the worst thing ever. Like when someone asks you something and you spend the energy to explain it, and you feel like they can't wait you to stop talking. This is super forgettable energy, seriously. Most people don't feel hurt even by their spouse or their mother, father, their loved ones. When they find someone that is truly present when they speak and they behave like their story truly matters, this will make your presence super powerful and super memorable. Part of what I said, this thing is also super important. Allow your eyes to lay on people longer. Most people break eye contact mid sentence and they kind of feel scared to be seen. But when you actually look in the eyes someone while listening to them, while being there, and it feels like you're super present, oh my god, that person will feel like they're the only person in the room. Do you know how special this is? And you see how everything is the opposite of detachment. Anyways, everyone is detached nowadays because everyone is holding their phone. At the same time, they are waiting for a call. At the same time, they are looking around. This is already detachment, seriously. When you are present, when you pay attention, and you are seriously making people feel seen and heard, that is the type of presence that commands attention without effort. Actually, you even save energy like this because you talk less, you are more present, you make people feel heard and seen. That person will actually go home with this feeling that you were the one that actually made them feel safe to be themselves in a social setting. And do you know how powerful this is? The most beautiful gift you can make to someone. Another thing is to match the energy. Like when someone is quiet and it's not very excited about something or whatever, If you try to cheer them up too much and you try to give away more energy that they are emitting already, you will feel this resistance and you will feel very uncomfortable. When you match energy, you actually protect your power and peace, and people don't start feeling like it's your responsibility to cheer them up and to make them happier. I used to have this problem a lot because during my childhood and my teen years, I was basically responsible for the happiness of my parents and of everyone. Like, I thought I was responsible actually, but I have to basically be the adult in the family when I was a kid. So, like this, I learned that it's my job to make everyone happy around me, to change how they feel, to kind of make myself responsible for everybody. And this was wasting my energy so much because I started to do this everywhere. If like the room was not happy, I would try to kind of make people laugh, or to like smile more or whatever, thinking that this would change, but this would literally drain me so hard. And on top of that, people would start to actually treat me worse because they knew that anyways I was there trying to cheer them up. And it's crazy because you actually give more, but at the same time you lose the perceived value. It's like, that's why matching energy and effort is perfect, because if you handle to them the mirror of their energy and they don't like it, there are more chances that they will try to change it, rather than if you just start performing something in order for them to be happier or like to feel more comfortable. And when people disrespect you and you don't like the energy, instead of going loud, go still. If they offend you with something, instead of replying more loudly, just stand still and stare at them and let them sit with what they said. Stillness makes people feel the weight of their own behavior. You stand there and hold your ground, like, you know what you did, and I don't reward cows. Actually, when I feel disrespected in public, I don't even call people out like loudly screaming and creating chaos. But when they try to overpower me, I literally stare at them a lot, and then I come out with a question like, what exactly do you hope that I will feel by doing this? Or why are you raising your voice right now? Are you trying to hurt me? And then hold the stare. This literally disarms cows because they hoped to get a reaction, to get me to fight, or to get me to feel uncomfortable. And then instead, I just hold the mirror and they have to deal with it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. And in this channel, I often talk about power, confidence, and rewiring your mind to be the best version of yourself. And if you like this type of content, I'll be happy to see you in my next video. Bye.